Hey there, this is Josh. I wanted to create a quick video for you showing you a little bit about the back offices of Aweber and of Infusionsoft and comparing the two. So this is the Aweber back office. As you can see here, Aweber is list centric. What that means is that everything off Aweber is really triggered with lists. They are one of the best, in my opinion, the best in the industry when it comes to automated email follow-up. So you can see here, here's some of our lists, and their navigation is pretty simple to go through. It's right over here. You're going to be actually spending most of your time probably in these three right here, creating lists, and you can modify your list settings, add custom fields, like if you wanted to capture people's phone numbers or addresses as well, then you would do that. They do have some automation too, so that if you have a prospect or a client that's subscribed to one list and you want to automatically subscribe them or unsubscribe them from different lists, then you can do that. For example, if you have a prospect that becomes a paying customer, you obviously want to annotate that and not keep following up with them as if they never bought anything. So you can do that here under my list with email or with automation. Here is messages, and in messages you can either send up follow-ups, broadcasts, or blog broadcasts. We spend most of our time doing either automated follow-up, building out follow-up sequences for specific lists, or we don't really send too many broadcasts, but you can do that if you have a list of, say, buyers, for example, that already have a relationship with you. We don't really recommend doing broadcasts for people who haven't purchased anything yet or are not very, very familiar with you. Okay, just because Aweber keeps their spam complaints or their spam threshold very, very low. They don't tolerate a lot of spam complaints or anything like that. Subscribers, this is where you can look up, you can find different subscribers that you may have. You can add subscribers, you can import subscribers, and you can manually unsubscribe subscribers as well. For web forms, this is where you'd actually create the form that someone would opt into, and that is a very simple process. They actually have lots of different templates here. I'll show you a couple of them. You can see right over here, if you click through, you can see exactly what kind of different ones they had there, and you can add information. You can take it away. For example, privacy, you can add it, you can take that away. It just kind of depends on what type of opt-in form you're trying to make, and then when you're ready to publish it, you just click on publish there. They're not going to let me because you have to save it and customize it first. But then they're going to give you a little snippet of code that you would take and put back on your website, and you have an opt-in form. And finally, reports, you can track how many emails you're sending, how many people are opening them, all that good stuff right under the report section. So Aweber really does best when it comes to automated email follow-up, and that's what we use it for. Infusionsoft, on the other hand, is a very different system. It's used primarily for business and marketing automation. That's what they claim to do, and that's what they do. It's so that we found that they specialize in doing. We have them run a lot of our internal affiliate programs and managing more complex aspects of our business. So you're going to spend, if you get an Infusionsoft account, you're going to spend most of your time between these two tabs right here, Setup and People. With people, you can, first off, you can add a single person at a time. If you're going to add lots of people, then you need to import stuff, right over here. But what you can do under people is you can send broadcasts. And we use Infusionsoft for a lot of our broadcasting because they don't have as high a standard when it comes to spam complaints and things like that. Okay, and anyway, they do a lot better when it comes to broadcasting, or with us, they give you a little bit more leeway because you're going to have the random person that just doesn't like you for whatever reason, they forgot that they opted into you. So under setup here, you need to first understand that Infusionsoft is tag centric, meaning instead of list, you won't see any place here for list, you'll have tags. Tags annotate actions, so if someone comes through a specific opt-in form or is this type of person, you're going to use tags to segregate those instead of lists. And then with different tags, you can have more sophisticated follow-up sequences for that. And the way that you give your follow-up sequences is in the template library. Okay, and this is why we're recommending that beginners start with Aweber, because Infusionsoft is a more difficult system to get. It's just a more abstract, more technically challenging platform to work with. So you just need to understand it starts with tags, and tags you can use those to give people follow-up sequences. You can attach certain follow-up sequences for certain tags. And the way that you build out your follow-up sequence is you create templates in the template library. Now, whenever you go to a broadcast with Infusionsoft, it's not just limited to email. They do have email. They also have faxes. They have letters. They have fulfillment and queued fulfillment lists. So you can use all of these in your follow-up sequences. So instead of just someone getting a bunch of email follow-ups like what they would with Aweber, they can get an email, they can get a voicemail, they can get a letter, fax, and you can integrate all these different marketing mediums into your follow-up. So you're not just a one-dimensional marketing company at that point. You've got multiple dimensions and multiple ways to touch and reach the people that you're marketing to. So that's the advantage of Infusionsoft. The disadvantage, of course, being number one, it is more complicated. You have to understand their tagging system, how to create the tags, how to create action sets, their web forms, all that stuff. It's just a more challenging system to get to know. But once you do, you can do a lot more with it. Undisputably, in our experience, Aweber has superior email deliverability. You're not going to get as good of deliverability with Infusionsoft. So if you're just a beginner starting out, we really recommend Aweber. If you've been around the block and you're kind of fighting to get your time back and you've got a lot of different aspects of your business and maybe some employees or people that are pretty technically savvy, then we recommend Infusionsoft. We use both. We use them both on a daily basis. Like I said, primarily Aweber for our automated email follow-up, Infusionsoft for pretty much everything else. So that's it. We also go into more detail as to the pros and cons in the article below. Hope you enjoy that. Look forward to speaking with you soon. Have a great day.